I'm going to read a little selection of Merlin's Shadow by Robert Tresiliard, which is the second installment of the Merlin Spiral trilogy. Prologue, Remnant, near the village of Bosventer in the year of our Lord 477. And the highlight of a dying day, Ganeda wept in her mother's embrace. She felt again the burning of her mother's forehead. Ashen birds silenced their squawking and watched the two with hungry eyes. Dark clouds gathered overhead, and further up the tree-lined ravine, a spring gurgled out wild water that trickled past them in dirge-like procession toward the marsh. Ganeda had been hungry in the morning, so hungry, but now fear had soured her stomach. As the day had worn on, her mother began to rage, refusing drink and scratching her puffed, infected arm. Now screeching cries filled the gaps between her mother's words. Ganeda pulled her hand from her mother's forehead. How it burned! Her mother shrieked, her jaw shaking and lips curled in cracked anguish. Dark! Gaina, my barn, so dark, the worms are eating my skin. Ganeda trembled, for the wound on her mother's left arm had burst open, oozing forth pus and blood. Merlin, he's killed me, you hear? Her mother rapped. No, I won't let him. Ganeda beat the ground, pretending it was her brother's scarred face. She didn't understand how, but her brother Merlin had caused her mother's infection, as well as their father's death. Unwanted images from the previous night jabbed at her soul. Her father lying dead and bloody, sprawled in the garden. The cone-shaped roof of her father's smithy crashing down in flames. Their house, the only place she had ever known, on fire. Finding a sword driven deeply into the druid stone, the object that could have saved their entire village and given her and her mother power. Now the Druidal was scattered, the stone stagnant, and the world turned asunder. Ganeda cursed Merlin's name. Her mother cried out again, gurgling and choking. Her eyes rolled back as she groped the hard dirt. Breath bled from her lungs like grain spilling from a torn bag, and she moved no more. Ganeda lifted herself from the ground and ran, leaving her mother's body to lay forever dead beside the woodland fern. She screamed and pulled at her hair, twisting and ripping it out, and with every step she cursed her brother's name. Hours later, the moon rose and called to Ganeda, laughing. Its gleaming robe of darkness drew her forth like a friend, and she followed it cold and long until she found herself again on the edge of her family's property. Her hands searched vainly for even a crumb of food in the bag that hung from her belt. That was the first two pages of prologue.
Good.